In this video, I will be sharing with you step by step how you can move to the Netherlands. The first step is to go to ind.nl, and IND is the branch in the Netherlands that handles all sorts of naturalization and immigration matters. And the moment you're on the IND website, you can actually go and see what are the specific requirements that you need to fulfill to be able to move to the Netherlands. After you've done that first step, the second step would be to ask yourself why you want to move to the Netherlands. Now guys, here I have to admit that grass is always greener on the other side. So if you want to move here because you have these illusions that life is going to immediately improve and get better, I highly encourage you to ask yourself, why do you want to move here? What do you think is going to improve? And what kind of life you're hoping to get once you locate here? Especially if you're the kind of person who's only moving here to earn more money. Maybe in the short term, this is a great goal, but maybe in the longer term, this is not really going to serve you that well. Once you have identified your why, I would say write down all of your current expenses to fulfill your lifestyle wherever you're located. Now, if you're located in another major city that is comparable to Amsterdam or Rotterdam, this is actually great because chances are how much you're spending there is how much you're also going to be spending here. So this is a really good rule of thumb. However, if you're moving here from a non-EU country, I can already give you some things to keep in mind. For example, for rent, if you're a single person and if you want to have your own studio, you're looking to spend anywhere between 750 to up to 1,000 euros, and this sometimes does include all of the bills like electricity, water, gas, heating, and internet. However, sometimes it doesn't. So good to add anywhere between 100 and 150 euro on top of that when you're calculating this. And if you're moving here with a small family, for example, mom, dad, and a small child, and you want to rent a bit more of a larger space, because let's face it, you need the space, then you're looking to spend anywhere between 1,500 to 2,000 plus per month on rent to be able to live comfortably. So I'm just putting these numbers out there for you to really make the calculation a little bit easier for yourself so you don't have to do too much of a guesswork. However, it's definitely worth doing your own research and find the exact numbers when you're making this calculation, because depending on where you're going to be living, so for example, the city center versus somewhere in the more suburban area, the amount of money you will be paying will definitely vary drastically. And on top of that, really think about things like how much are you currently paying for your health insurance, how much does it cost for you to do weekly groceries, what are some other things that you do that you enjoy that is also going to be coming with you when you move to the Netherlands. So these can be your hobbies, sports, or what have you. And I really sincerely believe here it's also very good to think about public transport or your car. If you're going to be bringing your own car here, be careful because there are going to be extra regulations and extra taxes applied to that. So it's actually better to sell that car and come here and buy a new car if that's necessary. However, in the Netherlands, if you have a train pass and if you have your bike, you don't really need a car unless you will be traveling during rush hour between two different cities for work. So this is something very important to keep in mind. And to add to that, I would also add here a budget for traveling, because this is also going to be an integral part of living here in the Netherlands. So just to summarize, have an idea of your current expenses wherever you are. And if you're from the non-EU countries, use some of the numbers I've given as a rule of thumb, but I highly encourage you to do your own due diligence and research when it comes to this. After you've done that, the fourth step is to think about what kind of job would actually allow you to have this lifestyle that you're happy with, so that before you even move to the Netherlands, you focus on getting that job. Now, on this note, I made several videos all about job applications in the Netherlands and mistakes to avoid. They're popping up on your screen right now, and I will also be linking them down in the description. So make sure to go check those out if you're serious about moving here and actually get a job that is going to sustain a lifestyle that you want to live. A lot of people make the mistake of just moving here to the Netherlands, and then they end up getting disappointed when they see that the reality of the situation doesn't match that grass is greener on the other side expectation. So on this note, as your friend, I feel like it is my duty to let you know that it doesn't always work out that way, and most of the time you do need to have that job to match with what you're looking for before you move here. Moving on to part 5 is to look at the different kind of options that you have available to you regarding rentals or housing. Funda.nl is a website that is used by a lot of people, so I would highly encourage you to start your research there. However, do not stop there, because especially if you're looking to buy a property, the prices on Funda.nl tend to be a lot more inflated than other places. So it's definitely worth also checking out other websites, or not even websites, but more Facebook groups where you can actually get deals that are more on a higher discount. So if you're buying a property, you don't end up breaking the bank. However, Funda.nl, because it is so widely used, this is a very good place to start. But on this note, remember what I said, the prices will always end up being a little bit higher. To go hand in hand with that, if you're the kind of person who doesn't want to deal with finding a house, or you don't want to do too much research as to what exactly goes down with the real estate here in the Netherlands, do hire an expat-friendly person that's going to guide you throughout this process. But also be mindful here that a lot of people tend to overcharge expats for these kind of services. So when you're looking out to get help from someone, make sure you, again, do your research and do your due diligence, so you're not ending up hiring someone for too much and not end up getting the kind of service that you're looking for in return. The last point I would add here after following all of these is to go back to ind.nl again and write them questions on their website contact form. Phone them or write them an email with any kind of detailed questions you might have, especially regarding the kind of documents you need to be able to move to the Netherlands, so that you're actually making sure that you fulfill all of these and that you're collecting all of your documents as thoroughly as you possibly can. Because sometimes the person that you've hired that is potentially helping you with the move, they might not also know everything. And in my personal experience here, it is definitely better to go and ask to the direct source the kind of exact information you need before you actually start to rely on other people to do the heavy lifting for you. So I hope this video was helpful. So this is everything that I think you should keep in mind before moving to the Netherlands, step by step. And if you have other questions that you want answers of, on your screen right now, you have an amazing playlist that's popping up, which is all about expat life in the Netherlands and some things that you should keep in mind before you move to the Netherlands. So make sure to go and click that playlist and watch the other videos that I've created around this topic. And I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And until the next episode, as usual, don't forget to stay awesome. And I will see you very, very soon. Bye!